ahead, Rich.
Thanks very much, Dave. Good afternoon, everybody. Judges, thank you for the opportunity to tell you about my business, Heron Pose Yoga Incorporated. My name is Rich, and I'm a great fit for this business. I spent 12 years in the military as an armored crewman, and there was a strong focus on physical fitness in that trade. I really enjoyed the inter-unit sports competitions, and I even got a medal in a national grappling competition while I was in the forces. When I was deployed to Afghanistan in 2009, I was injured, which led to a medical category release from the Canadian Armed Forces. So obviously I needed a new career and it had to be something low stress. So I decided, you know what, I'll become a yoga teacher. That's pretty low stress. And I took a Yoga Alliance approved yoga teacher training in 2019. And then me and my family moved to Mitchell, which is about 40 minutes north of London. And I found that there was no yoga studio here, and the local gym only offered a couple of mediocre classes per week. So I decided, you know what, I better open a yoga studio here. But I knew that I had to learn about running a business first. So that's why I enrolled at Fanshawe in the entrepreneurship program. I'm also taking a 300-hour yoga teacher training that's going to increase my teacher qualifications for when I'm ready to open. Heron Pose Yoga is going to be offering pop-up yoga lessons in Mitchell, which is the main town within the municipality of West Perth. Like I said, we're about 40 minutes north of London and think maybe 20 minutes west of Stratford. Yogis, which just means people who practice yoga. Anybody who does yoga is a yogi, does not want to add 40 minutes of driving to their practice to get to the next closest yoga studio in Stratford. Since there's no yoga studio here in Mitchell and there's a potential market of $500,000 in the area, the time is right to open Heron Pose Yoga and provide the yoga lessons right here in Mitchell. In order to engage with the professionals that I require to set up the corporation properly, I'm asking today for a $1,500 investment. Mitchell has a population around 9,000 and the average income bracket is over $60,000 a year. There's a considerable residential development happening in all of the red areas that you can see on the map here. The US yoga industry was estimated at $11.5 billion in 2016, and the Canadian gym industry had an estimation of $4.4 billion in 2021. Those were sort of the best numbers that I could find. So to find my evaluation, I took the population of West Perth and divided it by Canada and came up with how big West Perth was compared to Canada. And then I used those two numbers to find out what the yoga industry would have been in Mitchell during those times, and then came up with this, what I feel like is a rather conservative $500,000 estimate. And that's based on the yoga industry and gym industry are both enjoying growth cycles at the moment. And it's been trending that way for several years now, thanks to consumer attitudes toward personal health and fitness. When asked, yoga practitioners said that the top three considerations for joining a yoga studio are cost, convenience, and quality of instruction. The West Perth Community Center in Mitchell offers facilities with daily and half-day rentals available. So I can run 3 classes a day during a half-day rental, and I'm intending to do that 5 days a week. I mentioned that the local gym offers a couple classes a week, so I decided to run my classes on the other days of the week. There is a long list of benefits, and they really vary from one yogi to another. My personal experience is that there's no aspect of my life that is unimproved when I practice yoga on a regular basis. In fact, if you want to participate, I may be able to help you experience the benefits right now. This is a technique that I use when I've been working a little too long and my brain starts to hurt, and it really doesn't take much time or space. So if you're interested in participating, I'd like to invite you to place both your feet firmly on the floor in front of you and feel supported by your seat. Come into a nice, dignified, upright posture with your shoulders over your hips, and we're gonna hang the arms down by the side. Now, as we breathe in, we're gonna sweep the arms nice and straight up overhead until the palms meet. Big inhale, and then as we exhale, the arms float back down to the side of the chair. A big inhale as we sweep the arms up overhead. The palms face each other. And then the arms float down in time with your exhale, using lots of time to let the air out of the lungs. 3 more. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, arms up overhead, palms facing each other briefly as the exhale guides the arms back down to the sides. Inhale deeply. Sweep the arms slowly overhead. And then fully exhale and let them come back down by your side. We're going to do this 1 more time. The biggest inhale yet, very deep, nice and slow. And then a nice big sigh as the arms come down and we relax the entire body for a moment of rest. Noticing the difference between how you feel before and after that exercise is what Heron Pose Yoga wants to bring to the community here in Mitchell. Moto Yoga is the biggest studio in Stratford, 20 minutes from Mitchell, and they don't currently offer an unlimited membership for in-person classes, but when they did, it was $89. The reason they don't offer them right now is because they are full. Live Well for Life offers a range of memberships, from an unlimited virtual membership to a membership that allows you to join 5 in-person classes a week, and they range from $60 to $240 a month. Heron Pose Yoga is going to have a monthly unlimited membership available for $79 for people who sign up for auto billing with their credit card through my client relationship software. And if you want to buy 1 month at a time, it'll be $88.50. Noticeably, my 10 class pack is less expensive, and that's reflective of my lower overhead costs during the first phase of Heron Pose Yoga. In phase 2, when I have a leased studio space, I will adjust my prices over a period of time to be in line with the market and the image of Heron Pose Yoga. I'm not planning to offer virtual group classes at this time due to the technical equipment and expertise that would be required to compete with the products that are already on the market. I'd rather focus on building the yoga community here in Mitchell as the only studio in town with high quality instruction at a lower price. Customers are going to want to practice once a week or more, and that's why memberships are almost 77% of industry revenue. And that's where I'm going to be focusing on in the beginning. In the future, I will expand into those private lessons, the one-on-ones, because they're going to make up another 10% of that market share. But I believe I need to build up a little bit of reputation as a teacher in the area before I start getting into that. In order to get the word out, I've been building my website, heronposeyoga.ca, and clients are going to be able to find classes, pay for their membership, and even book a spot in the class. They could book a spot near the door, near the teacher, by the window, whatever they want, through the widgets that are connected to my CRM software, which is Wellness Living. They have built-in email and SMS campaigns. They do my payment processing for me at a competitive rate. And my personal favorite, they even have a baked-in rewards program for my customers. I'm planning to promote the business using the local Facebook groups, which most residents are members of, and where a lot of local businesses advertise. And eventually, I'm going to add paid campaigns targeting adults in West Perth. I believe a strong Instagram presence will be the right thing for Heron Pose Yoga's image. And eventually, I'm going to be adding a little bit of content on the YouTube. So this income statement I've used to find my break-even number for the first year, and I've calculated that to be in the $75,000 neighborhood. You can see I have projections for the first month and the first year, and this sales forecast is based on a 15% share of that estimated potential market in Mitchell. So far, I've invested personally $1,500, and I've applied for a loan or line of credit from the bank for $12,500. No, sorry, just $12,000. My startup costs are under $15,000 and include 3 months worth of rent for the community center facility, annual liability insurance premiums, studio equipment like yoga blocks, and some money for unanticipated expenses, among a few other things. I intend to reinvest my first 6 months of salary so that when I have found a suitable location to lease in downtown Mitchell, I'm going to be able to take less financing to make any leasehold improvements. So today I'm asking for $1,500, which I'll use to engage with professionals needed to make sure my company gets off on the right foot. Basically, the untapped market in Mitchell is only getting bigger, and I have the experience, discipline, and training that it'll take to establish Mitchell's original community, Heron Pose Yoga. Thank you for your kind attention and consideration for the investment. I would appreciate the opportunity to answer any questions you may have.